through. I restarted my computer, so hopefully that helps. Hold on. Hopefully it helps. I should be live right now, so hold on. I hope the sound is working this time. Let's see, let's turn it up. Hello? Hello? It's coming up on my phone, so that's good. It's coming up on my phone, so it should work. I don't know why it was deciding not to go, so I just restarted my computer, and that always helps. So I'm glad that helped. Yay! I've never had that happen before. Sometimes it happens with Heather because of her AirPods. So, hello! Hi, Terry. Hi, Sandra, Kathleen, Tracy, Amy, Kim. Hello. And so, I'm sorry about that. Hi, Michaela. Hi, Christine. What I was saying, hi, Mary. Enjoy your shower. Take your time. Hi, Maddie. Okay, so let's get back to it because you guys, someone was like, I can't ear or lip read. I think it was Sandra. So now you don't have to because we got the sound working out. I wanted to share with you something really exciting. I'm not going to be working on my scrap blocks right now. I have 4 more yellow ones to go, and so I think I'm going to finish those up tonight with you all. Hello. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so I made my own block. We're going to be over on Sean's channel on the 9th, and I'm going to be teaching him FPP. So I thought maybe I'll make my own block. I have Electric Quilt 8, and I never use it. So maybe what's the best time to use it and learn it? Right now. And so I made my own block, and I printed out my templates. And I even made a bunch of different layouts. So this is the traditional layout. It's a 2-toned with like a binding or a border being a different color. But this is a 2-tone version of the quilt design when you have all 16 blocks put together. I also put together several other mock-ups so that you can see how like versatile these are. This one is like a fun red, white, and blue one for 4th of July. A nice little pink one, of course, but you can really change the design by just changing the colors of certain pieces. And so what I'm going to do is piece this together, my first block of my own. I'm naming it the pin diamond block. I don't know if that's catchy or not. I was like, I don't know what to name it, but it kind of reminds me of like bowling pins right here, or even like a lava lamp. And then you've got the diamonds. So I'm calling it pin diamond right now. But what I'm going to do is scan this in. I'm going to have Austin help me when he's up from naps. I'm going to have it scanned in, and I'm going to provide the link in the file for you all to access it for free so that if you want to print it out and piece it along with us on the 9th over at Sean's channel, Courtney's going to be on there as well. You guys can join us and piece the block together. And then if you decide you like it and you want to make like the full quilt, it's 16 blocks, so you can make the whole quilt, and then just be sure to tag me because I would love to see it. I'm really excited. It's like my first quilt. I do like EQA. I saw that question in the chat. The only thing about it is you really have to play around with it. Hi, Cindy. You really have to play around with it because it's not really user friendly. And unless you sign up for a class that goes over, you know, the whole software, you really are kind of lost. There's not a lot of videos out there on YouTube. There are some now, and there's more than there was when I bought it. But it's just you have to play around with it and see what certain buttons do and all that. But for the foundation paper piecing, that's why I bought it, because I wanted to make my own FPP patterns, like illustrations and everything. I did make one. Hold on, let me show you. I didn't have it prepared, but I'll show you guys. I made another one a while ago. I don't know if I shared it with you or not on here, but I took that class. If you remember, I took an FPP pattern writing class. And so I learned how to do the technique by hand, and I chose to do Clifford because Addington loves Clifford. It's his favorite. He's got like 20 Clifford stuffed animals. So this is what it looks like by hand, and then basically I'd have to trace each of the sections and then add a 1/4 inch around each of them if I'm joining them. So that's kind of a doozy. So I put it into EQ8, And that's what it looks like on there. So you can see there's a little bit of a difference. I feel like I can put a lot more detail in my hand one, but the issue of exporting it into like a file and like something that's shareable is such a pain in the butt. But I really enjoy EQ8 for FPP writing. Also, it's a great way to test out colors. There is a website called Quilt Ink. Hold on. There is a website called Quilt Ink. So if you're wanting to kind of like test out fabrics and colors instead of, I hate taking colored pencils and doing the coloring pages on patterns. It's just like not my thing. But some of us like to plan ahead. I do want to know what it looks like beforehand, but I'm never going to like take the time to do it. So if you are like me and you want to see a before picture of what it's going to look like before you get started, go on to quiltink.com. There's a lot of newer patterns on there. So there's not a lot of like older ones, but the newer patterns from a lot of the designers today, you can pop in colors. You can even pop in like certain fabric lines into the pattern and you can see beforehand what it'll look like. So I really like that. But it's all newer patterns. So the cool thing about EQ8 is you could draft up your quilt that you're working on and then you can just pop in colors, kind of like what I did when I was doing these mock-ups. You can take a pattern and you can be like, oh, let's color this section this and this and that. So that's really helpful, I think, to get like a picture of what it's going to be like before you get started. Hi, Colleen. Oh no, I hope your foot's okay, Terry. Hey, Susan. Hi, Cindy. I'm really excited for him to learn. I think he's going to really like it. And so I did record a video and I cover this a little bit, but for all of you guys on my live, I'll just tell you now. I went over to my mother-in-law's last night because I've been telling her and my sister-in-law, Michaela, like, I'll teach you FPP. I'll teach you. We'll have a teaching night. And I just like talk about it. And I've been waiting for them to be like, hey, let's get it scheduled because, you know, life's crazy. I've got kiddos. They've got responsibilities outside of quilting and a life. So my mother-in-law messaged me yesterday and she was like, hey, I want you to come teach me FPP. I'm ready. And I was like, what about tonight? Or what about tomorrow night? And we ended up doing it last night. So I went over there at about 7:30, 8 once the kids got down. That's why I wasn't live last night. It was silent on the channel over here. But I went over there and I taught my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law how to do FPP, and it was so much fun. My mother-in-law loves it. She just like took off, and she's gonna make a whole quilt with the blocks that I brought over, which is really, really fun. So I'm just happy that it went so well. It was kind of like a practice round for the 9th when Courtney and I go over onto Sean's channel to help him out. So fingers crossed it goes well. I do have a little bit more confidence going into it for my teaching. So I'm really excited. It's going to be awesome. I did teach my mother-in-law some other things like clean your sewing machine because she's had this machine for like 20 years and she has never cleaned it. We were just talking and hanging out and I was like, I don't know why I even got to the point of asking her like, hey, like, do you clean your machine or like how long has it been since you cleaned it or how often do you do it? And she's like, I've never done that before. And I'm like, hold the phone. What are you talking about? You've never cleaned your machine before? Like ever? And how is it still sewing? And so I showed her how to take the plate off and get underneath her bobbin. Her feed dogs were jammed packed. Like they were packed full of little lint. It looked like wool. It was so compressed that it was just so full in there. And I was like, how is your fabric even pulling through your machine at this point? So anyway, we cleaned her machine, and then when I was putting her machine back together, I put her bobbin case back in, and I put her bobbin back in, and I like threaded it, and I put the little this little case cover over it. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm putting your bobbin back in your machine. What are you talking about?" She's like, "No, you're doing it wrong." I'm like, "No, I'm not. You just pull the thread." She's like, "It's gonna get stuck in there." I'm like, "It's not gonna get stuck in there." And so she learned on, you know, a different machine maybe when she was learning how to sew that you have to connect the bobbin and the top thread together. And I was like, you don't have to do this on your machine. Yours is like a Janome. It's from the 20th century. You don't need to do that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to show you. And if your machine blows up, you can have mine. Like, honest, you can have my machine if I messed it up. And so I put it in there and I get it going and I just sew on a piece of fabric. And she's like, what in the heck? Like, where have you been? Like, every time I've sewed, what in the world? So it was really fun. We cleaned her machine. She learned something new. Michaela learned that her machine has a thread cutting button, so she didn't know that was on her machine. It was just a really fun time. I was like, oh my goodness, girls, we need to get together more. Let's see, I love doing FPP and I'm new to it, have done a few pieces, still learning things. That's good, Terry. I'm super excited. I think if you want to do this with us, you should. I should get started on this so it doesn't take 10 hours. I've got to get into the FPP groove. My daughter picked a quilt out for me to do. Ooh, Mary, we can definitely get in the groove. We have a few things coming up. So Sean's channel, we're going to be doing FPP. And then on my channel, we're going to be doing that free pattern from Griffin and the Bear. So what better way to get in the FPP groove than to do some free patterns and get on top of our Christmas sewing while we're at it. So if I have a quilt design pattern ideas in my head, would EQ8 be the one for that over the other one you said? Yes. So if you're designing something, EQ8 hands down, like, yes, the quilt ink is more to pop in colors. So let me show you. Hold on, maybe I'll do a screen share moment. Here we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up a tab and we're going to get into quilt ink. For those of you who might not know about this website, it's new to me. I haven't known about it for a long time, but I was mentioning it last night and Michaela was like, what? Because she does a lot of like the modern patterns, like Modernly Morgan. The pattern, like the color wheel quilt that I recently did is in here. So you go to patterns and look at all of these. These are all patterns that are a little bit newer. So you can see the color wheel quilt is right there. That's the one that I recently did. And it's really up to the pattern designer. Not every pattern designer knows about this, and not every pattern designer will import their pattern into here. So let's say we want to pick a design. So here's one from Heather. You guys know the moon medallion. She's imported her design in here. So let's click on it. So then there you go. And so then you have all of these colors down here. So you can click like, what if I want this green here, like in the center? And what if I want to put like some beige as the background? What if I want to change other sections? Like that could be pink and this could be purple. And I'm just throwing colors on there willy-nilly. So don't judge my color choices. But let's say we really wanted to have fun with this. I just think it's a really cool resource because I always like to envision what the pattern's going to look like with different fabrics. And I don't always take the time to do the coloring pages. So there you go. You've got a whole quilt right there. You just colored in and you can see what certain things look like before you buy your fabric. Let's see. Let's make these. Bam. Look at that. You got a whole quilt right there. You're able to pop in some colors. Another fun thing that you can do is I believe you can import like fabrics or like collections or something like that. Here's like a random color, like a random button. So you can just randomize it and see what, that pattern looks like in 10 different ways. I really like that one. That's cool. So I thought I would show you guys what that website is. It's really, really fun. Let's see what you guys were talking about in the chat. So yes, I do recommend EQA. I miss you too, Mary. I had so much fun. They were like, are you going to go live when you get home? I didn't get home till like 12:30 last night. I was like, no, I'm not going live. No way. I'm going to bed. My first machine I had for about 30 years, and I never knew how to oil it. It never failed me. That reminds me, I need to go oil my Juki. Ugh. My Singer, I've never had like a domestic that I've had to oil. Like my smaller machines I've never had to. So the Juki's the first one that I've had to oil, and I'm not really good at it. Oh, shame on her. Her machine is probably in shock. She started sewing on it after I cleaned it and, like, did her bobbin and everything for her, and it sounded like a brand new machine. She was like, "Oh my gosh, listen to it." So, teaching can be really fun. I'm so happy you had a great time, Beth. You're feeling confident. Sweet. Just know we already have confidence in you. Oh, Kathleen, you're so sweet. Ooh, Christine's working on the moon medallion right now. Go, Christine. Let me know if you need any help. Heather's also available to help with anything too. Oh, that's super cool for patterns I like but don't like the fabrics, right? I'm working on the moon medallion right now. Hi, June. Okay, so let's get into it. I've wasted enough time. I'm going to cut out my templates. I'm going to test this. So I just made it, but I'm going to test it before I send it over to all of you guys and to Sean. I don't think we're going to have any problems, but you never know. That's why you test your blocks. And so this block is made up of 3 sections. It's going to make a 9-inch block. So let's cut out our templates. EQ8's really cool. So I don't know if I can, I don't think I can open it up. I think that'd be like copyright issues. I don't know. Like, there's videos on YouTube that show the software in the video and like a tutorial, but I would want to check to make sure before I, get in trouble with EQ8 or YouTube. But maybe that can be a video sometime where I show you how EQ8, what it looks like on the inside. It kind of does look archaic, like it's really basic, it looks like, but hidden in all of the basic buttons and layout, there's a lot of really cool features and tools that are really cool. So let's set up our FPP station. Everything's willy-nilly because I was doing some traditional piecing earlier. I know Sean commented on a video and he was like, "Is that FPP, Beth, or is that traditional?" Knowing you, I wouldn't be surprised if it was FPP, and I said it's traditional. I've shared it in Sobecca's page and a few other pages, but this is what I was working on yesterday and today. It's just a 4-leaf clover block. It's really, really pretty. I chose all the fabrics at KC Makers. Look at the background. The background's really cool. Do you see the palm leaves? Such a cool low volume that really ties into the theme of the greenery here. And it's going to Florida, so I thought that kind of tied in Florida as well. But I really like it. It's traditional piece, so go me. I finally got back into that. Hi. Are you not taking a nap today? Okay, well, you can clean up the living room. All of your trucks are on the floor. Go clean that up before you come down here. Thank you. You're upset. Well, I will help you find him after you clean up all of your toys off the floor. I told you that you weren't going to do anything fun until you cleaned up your mess after naps. This kid. I'm getting up to show you guys this quilt block, and I just see him standing at the top of the stairs staring at me. Hello, you and me, FPP. Nice to see you. We're going to be doing some FPP today. Thank you, Kim. My vintage machines, which are my everyday machines, get oiled every time I use them. Easy peasy. They have oil holes. Yeah, I've heard every 3 bobbins or, every complete quilt or something. Everyone has their own guidelines for the Juki. I have not oiled mine in a while. That makes sense. I've been looking for software to create my ideas. My local quilt shop wants me to enter a quilt and a show. I would look into it. It's expensive, but it is a really nice tool to have. That is one of my favorite colors. Thank you. Green is my favorite colors. Sandra saying hi, Addie. Hey, Heather. What's up, Patty? All right. So the cool thing about EQ8 as well, so I printed this out as the 2-toned version. So you can see that the darker, it's shaded, so you know what goes where. That's a nice way to label your pieces. So now I have to pick what fabric I'm going to put there. I did not think of that beforehand. So we need to do that. So you guys can come with me. I don't think I'm gonna work out of my scraps for this because I want to make, I think we should, these are technically scraps. They're from my color wheel quilt. Let's pick some of these out. So these are technically scraps, but I have them folded up with my FQs over here, my fat quarters. But they're the Libs Elliott Phosphor line from that quilt that I did recently. So we'll just use this. I'll do two-toned, or I could do something fun, but we'll do two-toned so that it's not super crazy. Let's see. I think this pink and green would be fun. I love pink and green together. It reminds me of a watermelon. No, we're not doing our fireworks today. We're doing them tomorrow. That's what Mommy said. If we do them all today, we won't have anything for tomorrow. That wouldn't be any fun. Addington, we bought those for tomorrow. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to take my nap now, but I'm going to throw you on the TV while I fall asleep. Bye, Tiffany. Get a good nap. I think your pattern would be cool with Tiny Beast. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm scared to touch that fabric. Do you want to come say goodbye to Tiffany? Okay, but when you're done, what do you need to go do? Promise?
And you can find my PJ Masks.
I will find your PJ Mask stuff. So say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi, Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
I think Michaela's in the chat too. Say hi, Ty and KK.
Hi, Ty and KK.
And Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Kim.
Hi,
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Let's see. June. Say hi, June.
Hi, June.
Heather.
Hello.
You and me, FPP. Can you say that? FPP. All right. Hi, Sylvia.
Hi, KK and Ty.
All right. You need to go clean up your mess, please.
I love you, KK and Ty.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. He's a goober. Let me plug in my iron. I know I should have done that while I was already up. And I'm going to have to trim my seam allowance with something different. I left my add a quarter ruler over at my mother-in-law's because she loved FPP so much that she wanted to get one. So right off the bat, I think I'm going to switch my numbering here so I can just edit it in the program. I want my middle section to be A1 and then this to be A2. This is why we test. So I'm renumbering the section here. That works. And then I'll do it again on this one. C1, C2, and then C3. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so our city legalized, his name is Addie, short for Addington. It's a family name. Thank you. He should be napping right now. He's really playing it right now. He's playing y'all. All right, I want to make sure that I have enough of this fabric. So I like to lay it over. Okay, I definitely have enough for this block. This would be cool, scrappy too. I didn't make a scrappy mock-up, but I will work on that. I want to import, that's another great feature of EQ8. You can import fabric swatches. So if you have specific fabrics in your collection right now that you're like, is this going to look good in a quilt design? You can import it into your computer, into the software, and then use it and see what it looks like. So that's really cool. All right. I'm excited. My first pattern. Hopefully there's no like blaring issues with it. How is everyone's Sunday? Are we ready for 4th of July? It's kind of nice that it's on a Monday. We get a longer weekend. Whoop, whoop. I broke my hand last year and it took me longer. Ooh. I should be napping as well, but I want to finish at least my flower meander. Yes. Go, Amy. I'm excited to see that. What? Okay, Addington, I will find your PJ Masks when I'm done. This is nap time. You know Mommy sews during nap time. So, this is weird. I'm not using my add a quarter. I kind of want to buy a new one and let my mother-in-law have mine. But I've been wanting to get a new one because I want the pink one. Is that ridiculous? Is that ridiculous? I'm saving up to get EQ8. Going to take me a minute to get there. Yes, it is. It is. It's expensive. It really is. Like, I think Austin got it for my birthday / Christmas. My birthday's in December. So, I really want to get into making my own FPP patterns, like that Clifford and stuff like that. And, making a collection of like free patterns that you guys could all access. Oh, you found it? That's great. Okay. I got sidetracked. So fireworks got legalized in our city for this year. And so today was really fun. We took the kids to a fireworks stand and we bought they each had their own basket. And we got a bunch of the small ones, and it was so cute. They were so excited. So they really want to light them all off tonight. I'm like, no, you can't. It's not 4th of July yet. Gigi and Paul want to come over and light some off with you guys. Plus, having some extra hands would be nice because, I don't know, explosives and toddlers worry me. So, hi all. I've been waiting to buy EQ8 because I'm afraid as soon as I get it, they will come out with 9. LOL. Good point. There's a sale on the EQ site this weekend. Christine says, I got EQ8 from Amazon because it was on sale when we bought it on Amazon, and it was a crazy, crazy deal. I mean, it was hundreds of dollars off of the program. So, I liked that. That was nice. Save some money when you can. And then I was like, well, we have to get it because what if the price goes back up? I will say it's so weird doing this without my add a quarter ruler. I miss it. You don't realize how attached you are to your tools until you don't have them, but I did not mind at all. I was like, please keep it. If you're going to do FPP today, because she was like, I'm going to do all 25 blocks of this, and I'm going to make a whole quilt, and she started planning out her whole quilt. EQ8 is Electric Quilt 8. And it's a software where you can design your own patterns, your own quilt patterns, whether that be traditional piecing or FPP. And it's a really cool thing. You could also, there's applique as an option on there as well. You can design template blocks. There's a lot of things that you can do on there. I'm going to look because there is a video. There's a few videos showing EQ8 on YouTube. So I don't know about the whole copyright thing. If Melissa or Sean were in the chat right now, they would be telling me about copyright because they're always on it with that. And so I don't want to break any rules, but maybe we could do a live where I screen share, I open up EQ8 and I show you guys how it works. Hold on, I missed something. So far, we don't have any issues. Beth, do you sew through the paper? Yes, I do. My friend, she's working on a skull quilt. Not Heather, my other friend Kelly at Steel City Quilt Co. She's working on a skull pattern as well. And it's a different skull pattern from what Heather's doing. I can't think of what, I think it's called, I can't think of the designer right now, but she's trying the no sew method, or like the no paper method, where you have it but you don't sew on the paper. And she was saying that she was seeing some effects in like her precision. But yeah, I sew through the paper. I do. Do you do something different? I'll scroll through the chat. I think I missed something from Christine. Or no, maybe Mary. I don't sew through. That's interesting. I really like how there's so many different ways to do it. I like to sew on the paper and then peel it out. I know there's like freezer paper. Here we go. This is a very basic block. I'm not saying I've made a masterpiece, but I'm still proud of it. There's like a little bit there. Okay, so there's our first piece. Easy. Like, this is going to be very, very good to teach. Sean's going to get this in no time. I believe in him. This is easy peasy. Okay, let's see. Is this? Nope. 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 Sometimes you just have to, like, play around with it. I always cut bigger, too. I know there's going to be some waste, but most of the time I save out my scraps anyway, so. Beth, maybe email and ask for permission, and if you can be a brand ambassador for them, maybe they will pay you. Ooh, that'd be cool. I sew next to the paper. Oh, cool. I did everything backwards and couldn't figure out why everything came out mirror image. I figured it out. That's funny. Yeah, sometimes like the hardest part at the very beginning, like, why is this opposite of what the pattern's showing? Because you're sewing on the back side of the block. Oh, cool. Maybe we can have the green light and do it then. I'm going to have Austin do his tech stuff for me. So he's going to scan this. I'm going to make that alteration with the numbering, because I'd rather start with the bigger section and then add on the smaller pieces instead of starting up top with the little edge corners and then doing the big blocks. I feel like it's, I don't know. I like it better. It makes more sense to me. So I'm going to renumber them, and then we're going to scan them in, and then I'll post the link so that you guys can download it in time for our live with Sean, and you can make them with us. And then if you want to make the whole quilt, you can. It is kind of dangerous. I want to just like keep designing stuff now. I want to keep practicing. I want to keep, you know, playing around in EQ8 today. I could be doing it all weekend. I fold the paper out of the way. I know it kind of defeats the idea of FPP, but I didn't know better, and so I learned this way in my own head. That's awesome. Mary, I thought about checking on Prime Day. I'm hoping 23andMe is discounted as well. It's cheaper than going to a genetic doctor. Ooh, that's exciting. I've never done a genetic testing before. My mother-in-law is adopted, and she did it might have been 23andMe, but she found her birth family, like her biological family and everything, through there. She had never met them before, and so that's really, really cool, I think. I love modern technology. Who would have thought, like, even, you know, let's say 15 years ago, that there would be like a genetic testing service done where you can take a test, mail it in, and then see all of your results online. Like, that's insane to me. Beth T Quilt has Q8. She is giving lessons on how to use it. Oh, cool. So maybe I don't even have to. There's plenty of other people. What? Where's your phone? Where?
It's by Zoe's thing.
Where?
It's by Zoe's thing.
Is it up on the counter? Can you get to it without climbing and getting hurt? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yeah, so maybe I don't even have to. If there's other people sharing it, that's great. That's really good. So maybe if they can share it, they might be ambassadors though. I don't have an ambassadorship. No, we're not calling people right now, okay? You can call people after nap times is over, okay? Yep, everyone else is taking a nap in the world right now. Tiffany's taking a nap. Hi, Donna. Do you want to come say hi to Donna? Are you just copying me? I'm asking you a question. Do you want to come say hi to Donna? I think KK was in the chat earlier. She might not be in there now. But you can always say hi. Watch your fingers. Don't put your fingers up here.
Hi, KK. Hi, KK. Hi, KK.
Say hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
You're not going to hear anything back. They can't. It's not a video chat, sweetie.
No, I'm on my phone.
I wish I could nap. Addie, take a nap for me, please. Right? Oh my gosh. If I was forced to take a nap every day, I would be happy. I would be so happy. I would be so happy. All right, we've got our other section trimmed. This is going to be a fun block. So for Donna, you just hopped in. I'm going to be making... I made my own block for Sean's live where we teach him FPP. And so when you put the blocks together, this is the quilt that you can make up. I did make a lot of colorways, some different mock-ups. So there's like a fun red, white, and blue mock-up if you wanted to make a patriotic one. There's a nice like blue and green. And then my favorite is the pretty pink. So this is what I'm doing. I'm kind of testing my own block right now before I send it out to Sean and Courtney and everyone else. I'm going to provide a link for you to do it with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for you guys to join in and make this pattern. It's my first like pattern that I'm sharing. I've made patterns before, but I've never shared them really. Like that Clifford one, I need to test it. Maybe I need to post it and see if people want to test it for me. Because you know how it is over here. I'm always doing 1,000 things, and testing takes some time. So it'd be cool if anyone wants to test the Clifford. Hello, Sylvia. Thank you. A nap shows good. Oh, man. Zoe's taking a nap. She's taking a nap and doing a great job. So we think. She's in there ripping her room apart, probably. Thank you. Yeah, I thought, you know what? I've been wanting to do this all week because I've been anticipating this live coming up. And I'm like, well, what pattern should I do? Should I pick a free pattern from someone else and see if I can get permission to like teach it online? And then I was like, you know what? Let's just get into the EQ8 and actually use the software and make my own pattern and do it that way. So it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So this is a really great opportunity to do it. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are wanting to test the Clifford. Oh my gosh. Now I need to like go back in, open up that file and make sure everything is like tip top. Oh, that's awesome. Well, maybe I'll work on that tonight. I'll open it back up in EQ8, do some fiddling around, and then get it scanned. We'll have Austin do the scanning. He'll be the scan man. Tiffany's got Iron Man, and I've got the Scan Man, which kind of sounds like the Sandman, kind of. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I would love to send that out. Oh, that's so cool. Because as you guys know, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, I do a ton of testing for so many other designers. So to have people say, I want to test your stuff is really, really cool. That's exciting. I have the Tech Man. Yep. And you mentioned yesterday, right? He's going to start his own YouTube channel, Donna. That's awesome. That's really exciting. Maybe Austin can subscribe and get some good tech education. Because Austin is my tech guy too. Like, he's the one that found Restream, so he's the reason why we're on here right now. I'm very lucky to have all of his help. I have no man. Ha 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 ha. You probably also have less headaches than we do. But oh, awesome! I'll go subscribe. Yeah, for the Tech Man. You guys are so fun. Also, we were talking on Donna's Live the other day about doing a karaoke night on Discord. That way we can get past any copyright. Oh, okay. But that's so big, Donna. So we're thinking we're going to go into a Discord room in the Quilters Co-op that Sean and I have and Courtney have. So all three of us have a Discord called Quilters Co-op. Sean and Courtney from Pieces, Love, and Quilting. So we're thinking, why don't we go into one of the like lounge rooms and we all get together and we have a karaoke night, just like all of us quilters. How fun would that be? Because the other night we were singing and dancing and having a great time with Shakin' Stevens. And we were like, you know what? What if everybody joined in? Everyone could pick their own song. I'm totally invested in this, Donna. I don't know. I was very serious yesterday. We're doing it. I tried to get Discord from the link, Colleen, but it didn't work. I will try to help you out with that. So let's put this pink in there. I can help with the link. Sometimes the links expire, especially for the Discord. Sometimes it's like after, what, like 7 days or something, the link generated will expire. And so that might have been why. Probably the ones that I even share in my videos are expired because I never forget to do it. Joe said if we Zoom, hit YT, use the YT karaoke. Ooh. Does YT karaoke have like songs that we would want to sing? How do we get access to the Discord? Let me get the link for you guys 1 second. Let me sew this on. Terry is saying EQ8 is $155 on Amazon, but Amazon Prime Day is coming up. Yeah, maybe you guys wait it out and see. They might run a special. You never know. You never know. And like if you're not in a hurry, you could even wait for maybe like Black Friday time. Maybe they'll run a special then. Thank you, Donna. Oh, I definitely changed. Whoop, whoop. I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. This is going to look different than what I want it to. Turds. I was not paying attention. Do I want to seam rip it or do I not want to seam rip it? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay, the one that I just sewed on is wrong. I can definitely seam rip that. I've got the patience for it. Let me get my masking tape. Oh, I always hate having to like reach up and get stuff. I'm like, they're gonna see me in my pajama pants or my clothes. Okay. Hello from rainy, stormy Jacksonville, Florida again. I was born in Jacksonville. Hello, Laura. So happy to have you in the chat. I love it when you come on. Oh, never mind. It won't let me share the chat. All right, let me show you guys what I'm doing right now. So I'm seam ripping FPP. This might be something that if you're newer to FPP, you might not know. So hold on, let me put this right there. So I need to seam rip this line right here, along this line, because this piece of fabric is wrong. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my masking tape and I'm gonna lay it across that line that I'm seam ripping across. So I'm laying it on there. There we go. That's what it looks like from the back. That is the line that I'm going to be seam ripping. So then I'm going to flip that back over and I'm going to seam rip every 2 or 3 stitches on the fabric side and then rip it up. And that is going to help secure the paper on the other side so that it doesn't rip or shift or any of that. So let me find my seam ripper. There we go. I was not paying attention. I was talking about karaoke. Hold on, wait a minute. Put a little body in it. Put a little... What? So, you're going to seam rip every 2 or 3 stitches. Yeah, last night stitching or sewing with my mother-in-law, like in her sewing area and like seeing all of her tools and everything, I'm like, I'm so ready for Christmas. I'm so ready for your birthday. Her birthday's in October because I'm revamping your sewing notions because some of them, I'm like, girl, like you need a different seam ripper. She had something really weird. Like you need this seam ripper. It's amazing. You definitely need to add a quarter ruler. I feel like that's one of like, if I were to make a video about notions, like gimmick or not, like some are gimmicky. Some are just straight up gimmick. And it's like, oh, I'm going to buy this because it looks so cool. And then you start using it and it's like, wait, I don't know about this. I feel like add a quarter kind of has that gimmick with the, that beveled edge, but it works. Like that is a gimmick that totally adds value to your sewing. And so I feel like she definitely needs her own ruler. She's borrowing mine right now. Hold on. So then when you go every 2 or 3 stitches, it usually just like rips back up. You can like slowly peel it back and get the rest of the stitches that you didn't get. It's a lot easier. And then I'll show you the back when we're done. I think another notion that is kind of gimmicky, but I really, really enjoy is the blade saver. Those little, I think Becca calls it her ninja flower, where you put your rotary blade in it. I think that's a gimmicky notion, but I really do enjoy using it. It's a gimmick that I don't regret buying into. Hold on. I backstitched. Why do I feel the need to backstitch with a 1.5? There we go. All right. So we successfully seam ripped FPP. You're going to see these little things, but since the paper or the masking tape is on there, sometimes it's a little harder to get out, but you can just use the end of your seam ripper or the top of your seam ripper and rub it and pull it out if it's not coming out. Because sometimes that masking tape secures the thread in there. So if you just pull it out, it comes right out. But let me show you. Look at the back. There's no ripping on that line. You can sew over that line again. Hi, Lawayne. Yay! Nice to see you. It's a song, LOL, but in it. Hi, Mom. So we're going to fold on that same line. The masking tape's still on there. No biggie. You can continue on. And I put my fabric over here. We're going to use the correct fabric. You know, okay, I'm doing two-toned. We're doing two-toned. That way when you guys show up to the live, you don't have to have like a whole fat quarter bundle to do one block. I think a two-tone is manageable for most, especially if you're working out of scraps. Oh my gosh, I hate summer. These dang, there's a fly that comes in here all the time. Get out of here, bro. He did not pay the rent. This fly did not pay the rent. All right, we've got the right fabric now, And when you keep your masking tape on, don't worry, it will not mess up your needle whatsoever. You can sew right over it. And it's clear enough, the masking tape is clear enough to where you can see your line underneath it. So that's a great hack that I learned when I was doing FPP, when I was learning, because I was like, wait, no, I'm doing so much seam ripping and these stitches are just like such a hassle to get out. And then when your paper rips, it's like, well, great, I have to restart the whole block. Hi, Janine. Hello, YouTube mama. I've got Janine and Melissa and Donna have all adopted me. And my mom's in here too. Mom, you have to share me with a few other YouTube mamas. I feel so lucky. So yeah, masking tape. I feel like masking tape is one of like the most underrated tools that you can have in your sewing room. I use masking tape for so much. Like when you're basting, I use the masking tape to secure my backing down onto the floor so it doesn't shift when I am basting my quilt. So I use it for that. I use the masking tape to seam rip for FPP. I use masking tape to mark on my quilts on my cutie how far I can reach forward and how, over to the right, like my end zones kind of is what I would say. I use it as a quilt marking on a regular machine. Like you can mark where you're going to quilt and use the tape for like straight line quilting. I don't know. Masking tape is amazing. Yay! Louine, I have to show you since you just got in the chat. I'm actually testing my own block. So I made up my own. It's super basic. It's so basic. It's not like I made this crazy thing, but I did want it to be beginner friendly. And then maybe, I think he's wanting to do this like as a monthly thing on his channel where we kind of all alternate hosting. But I wanted this one to be basic, and then once we get those skills, we can like build on it and start making more complex patterns. So let me show you, Louine. This is the mock-up of 16 of my blocks put together to make like a full quilt. So they're 9x9 inch blocks. There's 4x4 going across, and I've made up a bunch of different colorways. So you can do traditional, or you can do a 3-toned, or you can do, scrappy. I really like this fun 4th of July one. I was like, why not make a red, white, and blue one? But you can really change the look of the whole pattern by changing colors in little sections. So in from mowing the lawn. Oh, we need to mow. We need to mow, Janine. We need to mow. I was going to do it the other day while the kids were playing so that Austin wouldn't have to do it. And then, that never happened. I did not do it. I'm working on pineapple log cabin blocks. Ooh, that sounds really fun. I think tonight I will be working on finishing up all of my scrap blocks for the scrap party. I only have 4 yellow blocks to go, so we can finish that up and have it ready for the 23rd scrap party with Donna, Melissa, Courtney, Sean. I believe some other people are going to be in there as well. Thank you. Yeah, I'm testing this right now. This is my last block, so I'm gonna join it together and make sure that there's no problems with it, and then I'm gonna scan it in, or Austin's gonna scan it in, and then I will give you guys the link to the file so that you can make this with us if you want to. If it's not your style, that's fine. It's super easy. I wanted it to be easy, but still something where you're getting some skills. So there's some diagonal lines here, so you're getting some different angle piecing instead of just squares and rectangles. So that is a good skill to have. And then you're also joining 3 sections together. So you're getting that skill of joining your blocks together. What does that look like? Back in the day when I was a stay-at-home mom, I used to always miss the lawn, so my hubby didn't have to do it in the weekends. You're a better mama than me. I've mowed the lawn like a few times. So when we bought this house, we used to be in an apartment. This is our first house ever. And I had never mowed the lawn. Like, my dad never made us do it growing up. Because, like, me and my sister, I don't know what the deal was. Like, maybe he just thought we couldn't do it or wanted to make sure we were safe, or I don't know. So I never used a lawnmower. And when we bought the house, we have our own backyard, right? And we're responsible for keeping it mowed. And it was my mission to get in that backyard and mow the dang backyard. I was like, I'm doing this. And you know what? I did it in the summer with Zoe. She was like, she must have been a year or something like that. So she was still really little. I had her strapped to my front in a baby carrier in like 70, 80-degree weather, and I mowed that whole yard with a baby on me. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm mowing a lawn. I was so proud of myself. And then I was like, okay, that's good for me. I think I've maybe mowed since then, like maybe 2 other times, but I don't mind it. Austin, I just feel like he kind of enjoys it maybe, or maybe that's what I tell myself, so that like I don't feel bad that he does it. Let me trim this again. Oh, I was a sweaty mess. I was like, hello neighbors, nice to meet you. I'm a hot mess. But you know what? I felt so good that I mowed my first time ever my own backyard, our first house. So that was really cool. I don't think we'll ever pay for landscaping. We'll just do it ourselves. I envy the people that have people come mow their lawns because that's very convenient. All right. See, Mary says, I love to mow. I think it's kind of, I love to watch other people mow. Ooh. Are we talking about like handsome gardeners, or are you just saying that because you really don't want to mow? Maybe Shakin' Stevens mowing a lawn somewhere. He's pretty foxy. I live in a condo. We have someone do it. Ooh, you lucky duck. There's something about just like, this is my yard and I'm taking care of it. I don't have a green thumb in me at all, so I'm not that person planting flowers. Like, I'll maybe plant flowers like once a year. Like at the beginning of spring, I'll be like, oh, pretty flowers. Let's sprinkle some here and here and look like we are trying. And then they die, the bunnies eat them. And I love mowing too. I love plants, gardening plants. I love how you go from disheveled to all fresh and pretty when you're fine with a little yard work. Feels like, see, you're obsessed with Shakin' Stevens. He changed my life, man. Yeah, I agree. I admire other people's yards when they're all done up nice and pretty. Okay, so now we're joining these blocks together. This is fun. So let me get my pins and my clips. Green thumbs take time to develop. Yeah, I'm like, when I had kids, I was like, who allowed this? Who allowed me, someone who can't keep a plant alive? How did the universe allow me to become a mother? I'm responsible for human beings and I can't keep a plant alive. So, do you have a green door? That was one of his. Haha, that's a good one. That's what we were talking about the other night. That's why I kept bringing it up. Because we were doing karaoke and someone was like, do the green door. And me and Heather were like, what in the world is that? And we looked him up and wow, he's foxy. Donna ordered one, so no yard work for me. Allergies. Yep, that's another part of it. I am so allergic to everything like grass and pollen and the cottonwood trees and ragweed and hay. I'm surprised I'm not allergic to the sun at this point, but I hate getting all itchy and miserable with your nose running, and I don't like taking pills every day. So like I have allergy medicine on standby if it gets to the point where I just like can't function without it. But I hate taking medication. So I'm just not good at remembering to take pills. That's really what it is. That is so funny. When my nephew had his first son, he said, I can't believe they let us just walk out of the hospital with a baby. We know nothing. Oh my gosh, right? And like just getting them in a car seat. Oh my gosh, you're like, wait, how do I get this tiny, tiny little like alien strapped in here safely so that we can make it home and try to survive at home? Yep, allergies are a thing. I'm actually allergic to the sun, sort of. It makes my rosacea act up if not careful. Ooh. I'm sorry, Janine. Does sunscreen help, or like is it just like it penetrates through there? I hate taking medication, but I like breathing more. You're hilarious. That's a great point, Laura. Laura. Oh gosh. That's really funny. Yeah, I'm actually, speaking of all these allergies, if Michaela's in the chat, I'm allergic to watermelon. I think I've said this before on my channel, but it's because I have such bad seasonal allergies that I can't eat certain fruits grown in spring because like all of that stuff I'm allergic to gets cooked into the fruit. And so I had like a very severe experience with like going into anaphylactic shock. My throat started closing up. It was actually really scary because it was on 4th of July. I was at a family party and my throat started to close up, and I'm trying so hard to get people's attention, like, guys, guys, my throat's closing up. And I was so like hoarse, and my voice was like not even there because my throat was not liking the watermelon that I was eating. And so that was a scary time. I've not eaten watermelon since. That's gotta have been about 11 years ago. Alrighty. Yay! Alright, we've got our first block. What's up, girl? Let's take our seam allowance paper out. Hi, sweetie. You need to get some clothes on if you're coming down here. You're not coming down here without clothes on. That's a no-no. You do not need to be on YouTube without a shirt on. I have seen that. That is such a great, the honey, local honey. That is something that I read. I didn't used to like honey growing up, but it's grown on me, especially on some biscuits. Because anything with carbs works, right? Supposed to wear sunscreen, but I'm terrible about wearing. It's worse than taking medicine. Yeah, because then you're like, I have to take a shower no matter what. I just slathered all of this sunscreen on my body. I get that way from bananas. Same. Bananas, carrots. Carrots are weird because it's fruits and vegetables. So I wonder, is your reaction, does it happen with carrots as well? If you have that with bananas? Child 1 parents, baby proof, everything. But by the time 3 comes along, parents are like, okay, whatever. Amen, Luane. That is accurate. All right. This is the block. I kind of really love it. It's super basic, but that's what I wanted it to be. And when you put it together, it makes some really cool secondary designs in your block. And so I think what I'm going to do is continue doing two-toned. Like, I'm kind of like, should I make some more of these? Make a little wall hanging with my first pattern. I'm thinking I will use the rest of my Libs Elliott fabric that I used in the color wheel quilt and make a scrappy version. I think that would be really fun. And so, hi puppy dog, buddy. Say hi, buddy. Say hi, buddy. You guys can't see him. He's a labradoodle. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into EQ8, renumber the sections on A and C. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I had this as C2 and this as C1. So I'm switching it so that you get, you know, a big section and you don't have to try and find like an angled section for your first bit and then join on. So I just think for me, it's a lot easier to start here. It's in the middle, it's a big section, and then add on your little sections on the side. But this is what the back looks like. It's super simple, so if you're wanting to learn, you can definitely do it. Austin, look, my block. Austin's coming down. You should come say hi to everyone. We've got a lot of friends in the chat. Come say hi. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Janine. Thank you. Say hi, Austin.
Hi, Austin.
So what he's going to do is scan this in. I have to I need to do this. I need to go in the software and change that to 1, 2.
Okay.
So then when I'm done, I'll print it out again.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's all. As you can hear, the kiddos are, Donna said congratulations. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're having another baby, so, you know, if anyone's in the chat that didn't see that, we're having another baby. It's our last baby, and then we're done. So, number 4, I made a video today. I need to edit it and post it, but I was like, I can't believe it's already July. We've got a lot of really fun things coming in July. I've got my interview with Stacy Bloomfield from Gingerbread, my favorite fabric designer. I'm going to be talking with her on the 12th. And then on the 12th, I have my appointment to go see the baby. So maybe I will show you guys like the ultrasound picture of the little squish or something. I'm the oldest of 8. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a big, happy family. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, so I'm guessing nap time's over. I can hear all of them upstairs. And so I think I'm going to end my live and then either tonight make up, where did that block go? Either make up some more of these so that I can put together like a cover quilt or whatever. Like maybe even just like a wall hanging, like simple 4 of them would be kind of cool. I sent my stuff over to Sean for like a picture for his thumbnail, so maybe we'll do something like that. Never say never. No, Austin's like, we're done after this. Holy moly, 17. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Janine. Thank you. Okay, I hate to do this because there's so many of you guys in the chat and we're having such a fun time. Oh, thank you so much. I will definitely message her and get your contact information. Thank you everyone for being in the chat. Austin's like, you can keep going. You can keep going. Well, do we want to make one more block or should we say adios until tonight when we do some more sewing? Because I don't want to take your whole day up. You need to have family time. Thanks, Beth. See you. Okay, bye everyone. I will see you tonight. We'll do some FPP of some sort. I might go baste that 4-leaf clover up in the kitchen right now and then get it on the cutie for tonight as well as an option for some sewing. So bye. I'm going to press the button. Thanks to everyone who came in the chat. I had so much fun with you all today. I'll see you tonight. If you guys are doing fireworks tonight, please be safe. Please be safe and mindful of what you're doing and the people around you. But sending you love. Bye. Bye, Luane. Bye, Janine. Bye, everyone. Bye, Tracy. Okay, I'm going to press it. Bye, Amy. Bye, Matt.